Alright, for the website menu 2 assignment, we are going to take our menu that we created in the previous assignment and we are going to make it look good, because right now it's really plain and does not look good. Let me show you. So I've got it right here, and I've got my my menu here, and just looks really bad, especially with my dark background and it's purple when I've taken the links. But what it should do, you should be able to click on it and it switches between the pages. Okay, what that's doing in code is, where to go? The code, I've got two pages here, video page 1 as it's called, video page 2 right here, and I've got this menu right here which is just a list, and it's referencing, when I click on video 1, the button, it goes to the video page 1.html. It loads that, it opens it up, and that's right here. Those need to match. Some of you didn't do that correctly, so go back and check that. That needs to match with the name of your page. Here's the second page, and so when you click on video 2, it opens that page. It loads this page, and there's just a slight difference if you click back and forth. There's only two differences. This title, the name of the title changes, and the video down here changes. The menu is exactly the same. So whichever page you're on, let me demonstrate that. So if I click on video 2, I guess I was doing that. It loads video 2. It's this page, video page 2. If I click on video page 1, it goes back to that page with so it doesn't take me to the video, it loads that page. Okay, moving on. Now, we're just going to make this look better because it looks really bad. So I'm going to go to W3 Schools and click on Learn CSS. This is the home page, Learn CSS. And I'm going to scroll down a little ways, and it's this thing, menu, or they call it the navigation bar. So CSS navigation bar. And these are the menus. We've got vertical menus and horizontal menus. And so this just is a brief overview of it right here, but I'm going to click whichever one I like. You can decide whichever one you want to add to yours. It's the CSS that controls it, makes it vertical or horizontal. So if you want the vertical navigation bar, click on it and scroll down a little ways. Don't use the first example or two. Go to this one that says vertical navigation bar examples. This is the one that has all the code. And there's quite a bit to this code, to be honest, but that's okay. We're not going to type it all. We're just going to copy and paste it and then change a couple things. So here's the code if you want the vertical one. If you want the horizontal one, you scroll down also a little ways to where it says horizontal navigation bar examples, and this first example is really good. Although if you scroll down, there's lots of other ways to do it, and you can learn a lot of different things. So different styles and different ways of doing it. This one's pretty cool, where the menu stays fixed at the top of your browser even though you're scrolling down. This one's at the bottom, which is kind of strange. So that's a fixed top. This next one's really cool. If I scroll down, it's got like a title bar up here, but then once I get past the title bar, it sticks to the top, and that's called a sticky nav bar. So, I mean, it shows how to do these, and it shows the code for all of them, but we're just going to learn the basics, the really most basics, and this is going to be pretty easy. We're just going to copy and paste a lot of it and change a couple things. So I'm going to go back up here to this navigation bar example, and it's the horizontal one. I'm going to click Try It Yourself. And I just want to explain these things briefly, all this stuff. There's a lot of stuff here. There's some things that are real complicated I'll skip over, but I just want to show you the basics real quick. First of all, it's using CSS for different tags, right? We've got a bunch of different code. As it shows down here, we've got our list. Within the list, there's list items, right? And then within the list items, there's even the anchor tag, the A tag, which makes it a link, okay? So it's referencing all those things right here. First of all, the list has 5 different properties and values to it. List style type, none. That takes away the bullet points. We don't want bullet points on there anymore. Margin padding, overflow, I'm going to skip. Let's not worry about it. Background color, of course, is this color right here. This is a modified hex color. It's just got 3 letters, but that just means they're all 3s. All 6 would be 3s. And that's close to a black. It's kind of a dark gray. Now, it also has a list item, so it's just that is affecting the list items right here, and they float those left. Watch this. If I take this off, if I take off the float, we've dealt with the float before with our divs. Now they're not floating, and they're all, now it's basically a vertical navigation bar. And so it's the float that sends up each list item up next to the other one if there's space, right? It doesn't unless we put the float there. So I'm gonna Control Z that, undo it, and now they've kind of floated up here and filled in the space, so that makes it horizontal. Okay, now this is referencing the A tag inside the list items. So it's got a space there, it's referencing just this. This is just for the list items, this is just for the anchor tags inside the list items. So it's kind of interesting how they do that. The color is white, that's the text color. Text align is center, that's why they were all right in the middle when I took away the float. The padding is this space inside the little block here, but outside the text. Okay, so you can make that as big or small as you want, these blocks. And so they've found a nice size there. It's 14 pixels above and below, and then 16 pixels to the left and right. So you can play around with that if you want to test it out. Text decoration takes off the underline and the blue text, which it's already white because of this. Okay, the last thing is the hover. See, this is also the anchor tag, just like this, but it's saying when you hover over it. So when I hover, put the cursor over it, it changes it in this way, and all it's doing is changing that background color to a little bit darker, basically black. Pretty boring menu. So that's really what I'm going to have you change, is the colors of it. As long as you get this in there on your code, change the colors to something different, and it still should work. It's as long as it shows up on both pages, that's what we need. So we're just going to copy and paste this. Let's copy all of the CSS. We already have the style tags in there. So Control C, I'm going to go back to my code, and I want this body tags, or the body CSS still, for the background color and the text color. I'm just going to press enter here, Control V, and it comes in kind of messed up. All you have to do, this one's fine for some reason, but everything below that, just select it and press tab a couple times, and then it's lined up nice and nested inside the style tags. Okay, so we just added all this CSS here. And really that's all we need to do to make it look like the other example, and then we're going to change it with a couple colors. So I'm going to save that. I'm going to go back and refresh this, and now look, I've got my horizontal navigation, or my menu. It looks so much better already. Okay, we got rid of the bullet points and the underlines and the purple text and all that, and it looks really good. So now we just need to, well, do a couple things. Oh, look, when I click on video 2, it goes to my second page showing my second video. I forgot to show that. That's the menu goes back and forth, and that's what it should do. And now one of the pages still looks bad and the other one looks good. So the reason for that is because I just added this to my page 1. This one looks good, but look at page 2. It's still the old style. So I'm going to obviously paste that one here as well. However, you should probably change the colors before you do that, because otherwise you're going to have to do it. Change the colors for both, but yeah, I guess I should have showed that. Anyway, if I go back now, so I added it to both, and look, video 2, video 1. So the menu works great. The menu looks exactly the same as that's what we want, but as far as on both pages. But the colors I want to change the colors. So I've got some colors here that I was kind of playing around with. And really, I want you to figure out, I told you where the colors are, you can see them here, but I want you to be able to at least recognize those background colors and get them in there. So I'm going to copy that instead and paste it. And I'll just show you this one. Looks like I did that to page 2. So if I refresh page 2, see it's got those other colors. So I would put that on both of them so that I'm going back and forth. And it's got the same menu. It looks the same, and it's got different colors than the default black. You can do the vertical one like this or the horizontal one, as long as it looks good and it works and it looks the same on both pages, which mine doesn't, but you will add this same code to the other page on yours. And that's it for this, for the Menu 2 assignment.